Chairman, could you watch my Ekosiisen?
Obi. Nyamidia che na say na otwa kwa betu ye. I heard say you were talking about some headlong collusion
yeah.
Every time na otwa pepe mbo.
Yes. Last week.
Last week mama no.
Yami the chow say now be do hanu mo na wada nyame ase but obi enya sure say yen tokwa bia democracy dey sa na ye no.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah busuafo na ye nuanom so what ase sabi wo me go parliament nyina obi bebre ye me colleagues na bebre ye me namfofo party no so bebre afa me nsam so odi ase I mean 732 years in party enya ade e da form sa so ho intino enya ade a e bia ye be hye say ye kuntokwa ase party no ye kwama party no so agina I mean we can disagree and agree and move on but me be kasa ye nyina and I say na no me say na OPK e can be wa ha so and a parliamentary system na on ti ase ani ade but obi 32 years so OPK ni classmate no I'm say what the Anna baby 37 me boy.
OPK was
I think he's the youngest in parliament. 38.
Or same some months.
38. Into so they are 38 32 free my guy. So to say all these things it tells you say that time one na yeah politics now or social school uniform so it yan tokwa ye nyina no sa na ye no me gidi say and common so me be di no mo nyina so and then on translate the kwadwudwu mo say I'm right party ye beko ye kon so yan kon ofie rather than say me nua kwadwo be mo na ammunitions na akoy bibie wo
ode aba be pempem
endro say me hu say na endro na me nua sticker say na ne ho ya akire ne kakra because
as on one count
thank you
also on MPs 80 something
exactly but otie ni colleague no so John Drapo very smart guy I nipa mienu nyina abin e wo finance and omo to din komo no which Drapo ma so dey pimpim na pe so me the zanto kwado menka ho so otiase etie kie di san komo no wo dem a obi enka sa de we nka be yin ni se ka ma ni nyina ya de yesu ehunu because ye hu bi pen intino me gidi say going forward no you better na say na ya kan ifi asem so that say na mama ko me check kwadwo so last week man hunu I hope say no I so bi ko bu ni name
ale ko bo ana
kwa me fa so bu mi na dia me it's not for public
consumption. I hear you now the last time okay say restaurant ni be within October be.
Right, I should have opened last week Friday. Week Friday, yes, 29th.
Okay.
Me, be social media, be a delay.
Okay.
Your page.
Okay.
You per se, a bit of promo and stuff. Issues be about Mukakra, and then some selections being so. Just say we are working on it. Hopefully by this weekend there near we see say antimia nye opening krana we will still open so and get people coming in
there
then
in preparation for the grand opening
exactly then and also betimi aboyama ya hihye never be because every other thing I would say we are like 99% through whatever is left you bet me
obi I say to me question na
we have
baby I say 99 there 1% aka no and say dey hurry say dey hurry say friends
liquid soap na
dey go na buy ya sanitizer say 99.9% but one hwe ya sa 0.1 na ka chiri
chairman artwork no into where panda restaurant that's Panda Chinese special. Okay. Wow. And where the way pure Chinese meal so.
Pure crowd. The buffet joint
for Chinese.
Uba.
Oh wow.
That's uba be upe baby uba ubinya Chinese and
edi. Correct.
One off but variety.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
That's it.
And for more, I'm share on Facebook. No, that's the artwork. Panda. So we have Chinese spelling there. Now that's the spelling for panda, I suppose.
Yes.
And the Panda Chinese specials, where Chinese cuisine, the home of healthy Oriental classics, buffet or deliveries, takeout, parties and events. And if you want to order, you know the number to call.
Right.
Any BBR once it starts, yeah, the number never true. Who said yeah, but I love Chinese cuisines personally.
And trust me, I have tasted our food.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm a connoisseur when it comes to food and beverage. And I know what I'm talking about. Medidio, all the Chinese restaurants in this country, especially Accra, and I know a good Chinese food when I see one, and when I taste one. And my chef, I won't tell you, but was poached from one of the best places in Accra here.
Wow.
Nyanya sabi no fried rice into no biya to soy sauce near. We know exactly what we are cooking. We know the sauces we are putting out there. We've had 5 tasting sessions. We've invited various we've had various sessions. People have tried our food and the reviews we've had so far, it is good. And I believe my one big challenge that has set us back for this short prices of
how to
ingredients, because the one we started with, after some few weeks, we realized and we cannot. So we just needed to hold on and see how things will stabilize a little bit before we, because you start but price are already at least you want to be consistent at least for the next few months before
strategic
exactly back there must be a good reason and a compelling reason why something must change, not just because
these are the importance. I say honorable, no we get involved with this. Kitchen the stability of the economy. We describe what your pepe. Because maybe we been a bit move for dollarization. The foreign inputs.
In the way for there's seafoods now be used and also
and only for fisher folk, or
shrimps,
fish,
octopus,
all the types of fish. There will be different locations at the shore, and there are people who deal in them. And poultry, meat products so what is important is beef, Ghana call restaurant be benwa beef our panta sasa to say and for me that was my biggest headache, because me to beef apart from some few restaurants but say Ghana for say was beef sauce amount now say why a restaurant be or baby na oko di beef sauce wo be risa I risa wa pantan sa won't this all meaning no sa na say upugu. So for me it was a big headache. And so I thought I should do something about it. I called my people in America who deal in such a year, and they gave me the reasons why omo meat it me tender na ye so stress na ye di ku mboa no kra no emma omutimi, because abwani wua or the or stretching the muscles or mieni mu and I would do so nti we no the way our muscle na contracted no sa na ni na mo so beye so nti omo no mu ku a omo twitwa no immediately fan share freezer mo omo be hangi a cold room for some number of days so that the cold air no e be relaxing the muscles no are tender before they even freeze it. So over here, sa technology no meaning say abattoir for what has say or moon so inti ubekwa kwato na mo no o resa na aye bibi inti we had to also knowing how we get our meat, that is say we apply other means, and of course we have found a solution.
Okay.
And the last one I had like 5 days ago, I think last week Friday, it was fantastic. It melted in my mouth like something. To me, say, yeah. Yeah. So I know, sir. You see, this is Ghanaian.
Sure.
And we must let it succeed.
Sure.
What I say, say China for to me back the omudiani na Ghana for so China need me ye fufu or Guangzhou. Ma Ghana for kudia. Young kwine aben kwine a friend saying na ma Ghana for Guangzhou ye koko dibi or ha. You should know say Ghanaians can also
do among some
because Ghana ni no man fano. So it's cool. What I say, it's the same way we can also engage
a chef.
Exactly. The important thing is the patronage. Patronizing yes, we have tourism, any hospitality industry, you know. Pushing it forward.
Any management.
Oh, any management.
Any management.
A
major challenge in management.
Me, I may not be the manager at a certain point. I'll start and find someone I need to get training. Now, and also I take you over because I have other things. But this has been my childhood dream. I have always wanted to do something like this and bigger. And of course, this is just the doorway. Until eventually we will say other things within the hospitality we are. I can't disclose them on this, but trust me, from a year by now, they call. I'm sure you will see a much bigger saying off. Until more patronize it,
we'll do that.
But some more patronize I bet me their support on mama. Because at least so far we have about 16 staff to start with. Inti nyagro. To some man be there and they say all these people will have to go home and so yes, when we open my bars no so about now for who die be
sure. That's Honorable Kojo Edu Asare. Ma member na fe yen hye nkomo na se Chairman Kojo Boatena Jama me de obesha se apart from more MPs started with a call for the finance minister and the minister of state at the finance ministry to be fired. But in an OSHA, there are calls from a section of Ghanaians, this time not to the finance minister, not to any minister of state, but to the president himself. Say on the Juma and tour. On the 4th, is it? And 5th. On the 5th of this month, meaning there is a group demonstration. Omatunidin Kumi Preko Reloaded. And Omuwe in Anna Manpenny resign. That's the clarion call. And Sisiana Chum move forward the statement be ma'am apparently a free economic fighters league. Economic is it economic? I normally any fighters. I think it's fighters. Fighters. And let me see the statement itself. Okay, in the Omuwe fighters, economic fighters league. Yeah, it's true. It almost say hashtag Nana must go and the entire rotten system must fall with him. This is signed by fighter John Kumsin, national spokesperson, and a fighter Ni Ayi Opare, also a national spokesperson, Edema Economic Fighters League. Inti, almost have joined the voices I Kasoman Penny, Mfana Juma, and tour. Oye MPP ni eto saying.
Obi dedi kan ma minchia wa tiefobium na minchia wa hwefo nso hwe from the Facebook na yebebo mpaya makwajo because no so bebo ama Ghana because so I can about the employment ni ade nyina ene ofam 16 na wa contribute to the quota of unemployment nti yebebo na baso ne yaye na yedi kan so na masa the tosum yenu and Akofo hospital na yesi adane ponchi ni Grantier area na communication director wo Eastern Bekan no Fredo na wo manehwe
no say me show you
show you
me show video no
who said Akwakodo
Jackson Jackson when Monfa Fakofodia Hospital video neto so bio.
Because I know your banter me no wedding home come over 6 months ago. You can say then crantier near you pan a chase you on no more any idea. Now say the 6 months to me as my way. Nigina Ghana and Costa Libya. Meanwhile, if you say Dion, you can say we are say Emre. I mean, yes, you are Ghana, be a can say Ghana Emre. But all this development, no be still a cost. Maybe I am be some who say. Yesu nyina ya akwan yesu nyina ye sidan yesu nyina ene utwa wani fa is legon no moni ade a obi adan ya ekoso kwajo de mene ne neti enclave mu ho be ka kiro na ma bisa me ho se na sky yesi eni ho ya no nko first can we but economy bia infrastructure is a building ya ade ekoso de and you can't say economy is that bad as everybody is claiming to be nti ade ba ko a megidi se ye nyina no yebehwe na yaka ho nokre ni ahwe se the economy ni ade na ekofa obi sa question bi ho behia pa se me da bia me kan se ba bia ye gina obi no obetumi aka to se wiase obi ahoto no me da me kan ga no me si wiase obi ahoto no and there has been a typical examples in the various countries omoko eko a ye nyina ye nim se sabi economy no enkoyie na ebasa na minim die ntia yen betu yi ho afiri mu na ya bedi hu komo na na ya be call for leaders ni the money ade we resign ni ade but sometimes the question is that you put two enemy nyina together we are is the most president on the uncle
on fan adjumanto
no fama hwan
o say
on fama hwan
almost on fan to and then we go back to the constitution succession plan
na the constitution no am I a roadmap and I'm a it is a president the two have vice president it was a demonstration here or that to Hana now you vice president who so no na do ne buy into a demonstration vice president so that to ne ko babin ho if you speak at home now speaker is on baby they say the MPP party in power the NDC speaker as a president. Oh, dear, say now, also cock a cray, we na so for say or demonstration is so cost no so you be an chief justice. As a chief justice to maybe determine say any elections. And I'm a boy. It in community honey, dear. You see, we must understand, say, anyone will have practicable.
No, say constitution, say president. Bibi na se own timi nya adwuma ni bio through resignation, through ill health, and as bibi na se own timi nya adwuma ni bio. Na say ye wo more than 2 years to the end of his term, the vice president will take over. Say more than 2 years and call for elections. But say
there be a checking ye.
No, me say less than 2 years, then he will complete the term. You get it?
Yes.
He will complete the term.
Okay.
Now for your elections. But say more than there. I was so holding like I think within 6 months or so, I would have to check.
No, the constitution says more than 2 years, the vice president takes over as one term. Okay? Until we say less than 2 years, and then the vice president complete the term. And then if he wants to,
he will take over as one term.
If it is more than 2 years.
Okay.
If it is more than 2 years, the vice president takes over and complete the term as
one full term.
As one full term.
That is a contest to be one more term. Okay. Let me cross check. But I think
say a boss a speaker. Now bet me determine this particular statement constitutional already.
I think you are right. But I mean cross check.
Let's go forward. Obi. I know the yensi democracy yensi obi a ho kwan say obetumi exercise no
the right
e wo man mu enti the be ya ne say o make sure say demonstration no mo be ye no enkosi other people so a o ma sorry anopa ne yahemrache so mo so kope wan no aduane adi no o mo so betumi akọ o madwuma me dem de ho na me de besi but you see ene ye din komo bebre a ye ka now the way economy echo.
Yes.
Now ye determine by the way also ye yankasa ye behavior and your attitude has also coming in. And the wedding come brain. And these are the things I have to know fear okay. So if these are the things that we are calling the leaders' attention to make sure say they will pay some maximum attention to it. Otiase.
Okay.
And the economy a can pa obi. The only thing that is driving everybody, by whether by the perception or by the facts or whatever. Ebi na kwajo kan say because of that, because oye elites. Otiase. Na ote system ase kakra na nyame na dom na owo knowledge awako school intinu. Unim de okan or say let me wait and see how the inflation will play around this time because the way inflation drive economy, I cannot determine the factors within my prices. Let me hedge kakra. Now me any stability, then I can determine or focus what I intend to do. These are purely some economics, some facts in the business. Yes. And the perception out there, that is why he decided not to go out there, is that today, say, or pricing 1 Ghana cedis, not or China, or the code 2 pair. The perception out there, so, Papa, no, let me an wedding. Yanko baby, enko hobium. Meanwhile, I find why enter market. So, you are doomed. You are finished because you are not being market.
Chairman, because of education earlier.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good. Very good.
Chapter 8 of the Constitution, about the executive. It is also article from article 57, 58, 59. About the president and the vice president, and 60. If 60 about the vice president, the 66 that's article 66. Or say whenever the president dies, resigns, or is removed from office, the vice president shall assume office as president for the unexpired term of office of the president, with effect from the date of the death, resignation, or removal of the president. Something say where the unexpired term served by the vice president under clause 6 of this article exceeds half the term of a president, the vice president is subsequently only eligible to serve 1 full term as president. Okay, and as you said, and also whenever the president is absent from Ghana or is for any other reason unable to perform the functions, the vice presidents have performed those functions and blah blah blah.
No,
let's speak of parliament.
The understanding I have is that say we sa
unexpired term
now. If it is 2 years
and above,
it is presumed to say
we 1 term.
Sure. And now bet me just 1 more.
Sure.
Then he's done.
Sure.
That is my understanding of it.
Sure. And that's the understanding. It is a more than half of the term. That's why we take it over every year. It's presumed say we 1 full term. Good. In your or eligible for just one more term.
Yes.
And say less than half of the term there. Obey but no meaning say or eligible for 2 more terms.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why I wouldn't say Ora John Mahama time. Now we wanted to test the constitution to make sure say at the end of the day, where to me this is clear at the inti obi inti going forward. No me say and koma udi about the transport unions, the fuel, the experts about the energy sector near the obi. It clearly will tell you say the behavior and the citizens, and then the monetary policy makers believe in say since time I'm making ye ba kroma ye hu say atifu was am na ba formula and ye hu say dollar ko nanim na ba formula abri nyina it's always going high. That tells you say sir monetary policy agency na si honom Bank of Ghana, any other sectors, and they can't say me, and they say OMCs, omu from say, and your boss, Bakuya,
BDCs, BDCs, they were OMCs, yes.
When you the under baby, you will NPA, National Petroleum Authority. If you would take these 2 agencies, then we asked ourselves, a year to save the state. At the end of the day, the workers under MPA, the workers under Bank of Ghana, they are more than the staff at the Flagstaff House. What do I say? The essence is that sabi ye can monetary policy ne ye can MPA, the regulated authority what are the collaborations and come on ye dia and say ye to hono na say obi ye forward facts na say otumi the 4 cities eto or heje keke and or predict meko beba na edu say or predict ultimately the 4 cities to a product that is 17 to 4. Obi, he has done more than 33%. And I'm a boy. In instances of it, so 3 months back, na say particular product no yentation way. It nobody obia to me no obia and transaction can say okay, okoye o dollar transaction or LC. These are the things that you put it on the market. At the end of the day, buy and yes, I need TBM. So why do you sell it from 19? If the thing is 14, why do you sell it from 19? Because you do 19. But you're saying no man have tons of money, tons of cities. It's at the no, as and the Sikane could chase dollar. What do you expect? Meanwhile, also import $2. Your everything from Bank of Ghana, you import dollar, you buy them and come and sell them. So at the end of the day, you hurt the state.
So forward FX at the end, they also Bank of Ghana sign you.
Obi, Bank of Ghana, who are you bebre? And yet no Bank of Ghana were a lot of work. You see, and yes, I'm saying too many years.
Chamber CEO Ninsu Tre must say Oman yen sa. Because because of the fluctuation now at the end is stable. In the years, Bank of Ghana bet me the amount 12 cities. But by the time I will find you and baby drew now the end could 14 and 16. No, but it's the one here,
no, you see, I agree. He has a point also over there. But the point is that it's very simple thing. Say a Bank of Ghana rate and a Bank of Ghana determine the kind of Sika Bank of Ghana names Ekra this OMC scenario, which is one of the biggest market in the country. They always trading with a dollar, and then to me you from because of the importation of that particular product to me. But the point is that say Bank of Ghana seriously engaging them. Say every LCBI mobile let Bank of Ghana handle it, rather than allow the interbanks to determine say obi ukra credit in yet into why else in charges say that's no ABA it's a huge amount into your catch was obi your will be a 1.5% charges to just interbank to do an LC for you. Do you think it's a small amount of money? These are some of the things the Bank of Ghana can determine. Now number 2 catch was say all this dollar situation selling them, buying them, they can cap it. We ain't rocket science. But now the market has taken place from the individuals. And obiye currency trading. Hey, adia ken. OMC sinema omuye obi assume say the eka say chairman executive director kan no kre. At the other side so ebi won so enye no kre. It is okoba na yatumi hold market for 90 days. Now what ba na won't so sa 4 Ghana cedis na da so no obi wofo say OMC no we at the end of the day immediately you go and buy dollar into your first 3 months going forward there's no way you will survive no matter what dollar will be imported because you have got a lot of CD on it into to me survival. But I didn't hear now meanwhile one more point somewhere Bank of Ghana soon to me can say OMC everybody must go by the Bank of Ghana rate. Force all the banks. Another industry I cry for your new share. These airlines Obi as of today most of airlines Airton take it at the exchange rate of 14.5. How
as at ene this is here when about from
thank you. Now my point is that airline is one of the biggest industry in the world. Individuals say 1,005, 2,000, 3,000 I got ticket Obi P. Into so call na airline for na catch and say, listen, me Forex Bureau exchange rate 14.5. Me wa Bank of Ghana on the 13 as a monetary policy. How come obi ono di ni plane abetena krom ha? Na customers patronizing. Now you allow them to price it as a black market. Wow. If Bank of Ghana is a serious agency, Obi, your first thing is say all the airlines obi the bebo as a Bank of Ghana rate. Because Bank of Ghana for mobile multiplication says buying a 13, selling a 13.2. All the airlines must sell it at 13.2. A boho to say the president picture will be our office, you know. It no customer need do honoma obi. And who yes or because of $60 or baby. No phrase amana be so omre ni bi. Or Forex Bureau be na catch say be ni hono be about price for odu okita ni cedi. As soon as he enter the counter or working we are not the cedi na mano. Let the agency handle it. So we want to airline no mo tete Germany ne Holland no ni ade no. Ye kwa okwa the cedi na eko. Come on. So these are the things. So if we don't pay attention to it, that's how the citizens suffer. Say na afesikano akoye say a market gain obia as soon as abenya 2 cedis or they call dollar a year ohobeto me menya catro me say yambando all the forest bureaus bound them a company so obia transfer can kwa brochrebium because you have a lot obia may declare what your borrowings are, and then we know how much Bank of Ghana will allow you to take it outside. So they are Bank of Ghana for so much sikaya crown be import to bebano. Muhobetomo. Obi nema ya price for the last 2 months, especially last month. Obi ade pan import aba kroma. Dollar ni so dwania udwe ho a wontiase. Meanwhile, no, yembisa JIPC, so say from. Yembisa omo say, enema hin na Ghana for import from overseas to here. And say na ken here. Ni nyina currency trading. Currency trading. Obia okita sika bia to dollar, enche ehun fa so e wo ho no. E do so chance obe ha no so obe kwa import. So we must tackle all these things. A little policy. Yen kasa Ghana for no. Yen Ghana for no. Ah ya bie forest accounts no. Let us and our government any policy on put moratorium say obia ento dollar enko to ne forest accounts mubium seize the banks because obi okoto me do ye dey ni dia an so see the ni wan ha it your friend banker no aka chon so masa me wo 100,000 Ghana cedis da ho enti dollar na yesen monto kakra ho monto na mo fa nkoto me forest account mame na sika da ho keke me wan so nya to ya pro dollar no wa short on fa nko ba bia o enti sika na ye kan nyina dollar na ye kan meju aga say hyehyɛ nkrofo mpass
nkrofo account mu ne omon pass
ani omon pass. That is what the nation is facing now. So if you beginning to put up a proper policy obi omo dimirika na omo di dollar ne beba because people are not showing interest in the dollar or the other mejidi say nkrofo last week di hu komo enne me sanka biom say wo set up. So one more person we have forest account no so no. If you allow them let them go through the proper system. Yes, $5 nya hwe ento dollar. Number 2 so ube 2 coin to be here dollar. For ticket. O ticket na what so di 2 coin. Fa be chere sa Forest Bureau no.
Na omuma o dollar.
O passport any o Ghana card. Ni ma sa dollar. Bank of Ghana nim dollar omo di ama all these forest bureaus. So at the end of the day they can do proper account with identification. Obi we nya rocket science.
So the South Africa here no.
Thank you. Say woman me then be amigidi say me nka Ghana Bank of Ghana for officers in penifo to treasury to the bottom no omu ni mo madwuma but I may tempted to believe obi say ebia omunya ho faso obi enti no makata omani ewo sa niema nketinketimi na mo say yetu to strengthen our city no. Otherwise I see no reason say you be continue as suffer in this channel because media me say ofa free man paniku 4 time when 1:1 obi da bia ekonanim e dey pa apart from say yeah importation obi importation yeah can o compare dollar Bank of Ghana di back room ha na so compare niam a yes yeah import ba obi enu be 40% o dey UMCs ni free mo crowd of 2 baby. So if you have a way to also show them in some way I didn't think I say so fast a currency trading. ya can adi bi there so man peni betie mi say committee bi kra na set to look into this obi inflation na ye kan ye can drive us can you gidi I'm telling you because yet way obi ye kan nyina ya say ye nka so comedy meboa aduane ebi wo ho somehow the city sabia wa bontino chase aduane no pii and I share more sister station question crofo board dear near year obi egu ho abria to say yento enya so comedy enti mesre say yemfa yen nyina yen join that crusade na yen hu say ade na ye no oman no na ye heti no wo ma to dollar so mo ho wo ma so na complain o wo ma dollar go mo dem no say eye businessmen say your politicians say your Bank of Ghana for ya na business no mu bi say forage bureaus ni ya wo mu dia enti ye try say ye clamp down of the illegal activities no o ma say that you mani say o ma ho kwan because obi how come so between catch me say oh bank let me use a typical example just a bank be to say Ecobank the biggest bank in West Africa now catch me say e was say $1 no be di ho. What kind of business is this? It will work on 10,000 no at home or interbank rate. No amount rate to be then number 12% in between your marginal at the rate ade. Now anything about the bank nana. So we have to be serious in this conversation. Now you make sure say you bet me this stability aba. Na o mine so etumi etumpon a ebema citizens no ya den wo mo ho aton.
Super. Messing about home I mean tie honorable Kojo Edu Asare. Honorable from last week ono went to me ama into issues are now about free last week. The biggest story that you see what Parliament threw into this week, and there are calls for the president to resign and all of that. Coupled with the current economic way, fuel prices, maybe are edui.
Yo, before I take on your issues, school be East Legon.
East Legon.
French school be.
The Oshiashi.
Eye clinic, Uko and after Rata, no branch right.
Lycée, something
whatever they call them.
Okay.
French school network, right. Omoma Ghana for who say it is okay to be a Ghanaian and work in Ghana. Now also dachi ube also with a Juma ya or Ghana a ma on faso. Ghana ninsunya son fasoa. Yeah. Omunjai discriminating against Ghanaian teachers. Na ye juma oho. And the incentives are the more vis-a-vis the incentives for foreign teachers.
I think the expatriate everywhere any more than locals. Yeah.
Expatriate everywhere. What are you saying?
No, like for every industry you go into.
No, it's not.
Expatriates
it's not.
Invariably
it's
more.
Not. It's not. We're a private entity.
Sure.
A private entity. It is a expertise out there ban and a better what you are supposed to earn. What I say? Intino to ensure because Sabi work also school now Bronin Koi and Biana also Koi. And yet like maybe Minkase the same school, but at least you also say masters no kuta also kuta masters. And yet extraordinary. Bia into the fact that or ye Bruni or free proof for us buy it's not the grounds because unkuta special we be a Ghana yenya for which reason we have to export and import someone else to come and fill that space. That is when the conditions now all can use now whereas you have West Africa yenina tuntum for ye bi more French now yenso ye Ghana for yenso yakosia French now ye juma now I because them say expatriate and then I say saying and you know they should more journalists no
more conditions of
some farmers because these things are becoming one too many so Ghana Krofoba Fiabrochi be set it up no man for Ghana for and they treat them badly and then when they get foreign for now not to say we more
many different
So meanwhile, unkwa brochiri and go and find that reverse over there. What I say, omukrum for no, they have a standard. They make it difficult for you to get the job in the first place. Into when sakakra na near the will be sumsa. What I say. So I don't think say like if the person doesn't have any special yibia or they ba on board, I wouldn't say and then for the 6 say or no color different inti someone my masters. Now say more the same school na because of no color of free by now more than it's not fair.
No, it's a good point. I think when you are there, you solve with policy and legislation. It is also oil sector that we then had to promulgate the local content law.
Right.
You get it. And we've done that for oil, we've done that for mining. It may be, I will say, a broader no.
Yes.
Some of these other
sectors like I said, the underlying expertise
sure.
are almost on board.
Sure.
Do you understand? Because oil sector, no, the kind of expertise at the time I hear law, no. Now, so at the yes, our law, no. Do you understand? And to get someone from to even to so Bagana at the time, I feel developing the oil sector, whereas there are other lucrative places. You need to create that. Your friend say a bit attractive to come.
Yeah.
You understand? Me Jiri said after over 10 years of this practice, say Eba say share the same law. Yeah. We will use the same clauses. No, because but definitely now we have expertise.
Sure, but even the local content law, forward looking.
Right.
Yes, at the time now you need expertise. But the law was crafted in such a way, say. It was a technology transfer.
Wonderful.
It was a man for understudy.
Wonderful.
And companies are mandated so to do.
Right.
It offer Bronimpo bar. It should be part of your policy. So yes. How understudy,
Sure.
Skill set be a Ghana, men Fabro.
Right.
The policy is solid.
Sure.
But we just have to broaden it and cover these other sectors.
Sure.
Education.
What I say. And a lot of companies are taking advantage of that.
It's true.
And omudi sisi Ghana for.
It's true.
Do you understand? And for me, I think say enye fair. It is a French school now easily gone. I mean, omudi no mean because of the French. But pa erata hona ufia now branching right. So right side that wa kwano ho ho asem na make am. So mo journalists for amutie yen. Journalists for amutie yen no. Some of these things you can't to me every time because me my baba can play me part, but you guys can go and dig further
and do the
follow-ups. Now you correct some of these things are but we don't care because now for years yet you chroma yako school we see ade na ye de kire and also na fees amutia so kra nye joke and I say ye de share amanfo amu de omu color different kakra ne omu say I don't think it's right.
But I love this issue because many a lot of those complaints, especially from these international schools in the system. Treatment between locals and the expatriates. It's a major problem. I mean, there are some of the schools might even be okay. Some of them are really terrible. And these are so-called international schools. Some of them, in fact, all of them charging in dollars.
Yes.
Which is even wrong from number one. Which is even wrong from number one.
On website, and you see some of the schools and you are like, wow. In Ghana.
And yasa gagi omwaka say we are making hint baby nya hint ni free say you need quickly na wi. You understand? But you see, it ought not be so. It ought not be so. This is the only country we have. Iti as I say yetimi ye niema ebema yenso niema mo ayedin me nkase like yentuo mu yi. I think they are paid well. Do you understand? But there must be equity. What I say? I just say yetua me well inti no. Say utia obi double of what you are giving me for all of us doing the same work. Compared to what they pay any Ghanaian teacher in local schools they are paid quite well. Do you understand? But with the kind of obligations and a juma, as I said, we yet to earn that money, you know, local schools no so. Nyasa juma no now. Do you understand? So they are working commensurate with whatever they are being paid. It is almost be other incentives to cover for
doing the same job.
Then please make it equitable so that ubia benyane pata. I want to hear a jumana on fa na dream and call students so and koyena bibia and say sorry.
Honorable, quick question. Most of the time, the policymakers are they checking this kind of backgrounds to know? Say,
and your policymakers, you know, you see when the policy is made. There's another set of people
to supervise,
to monitor.
Yeah. Okay, so call it monitoring.
Exactly.
Team. So those monitoring teams are still coming from the policymakers sector.
Under labor laws. At the end of the day, the kind of labor laws that were put together.
Exactly.
And some would say, okay, the person has acquiesced into onoaji tumu. And our sign, you know, onto the conditions. Say a juma meyeni. Once any an illegal job, our sign illegal, you try tax, you try or school, you try all the other statutory way. Ayana or morte, and that's why I say you fight this with policy, you fight this with legislation. In Yehu say oil and gas, Yehu say mining. That problem will stare us in the face, no. Yeah, the legislation are solved, but we just have to broaden it. Now you say, okay, see, you do level is that the mine and oil and gas, foreign companies will be what sector, no?
Yes.
You see, education and so a lot of these foreign schools are here.
Yes.
We need a policy around.
Because Ghana for no fun, huh? And I'm back to school. And yes, Patrick.
Sure.
Ghana for like you and I. What I say? It the very taxpayer in Ghana and almost helping them to raise those funds and all of that. You know, at least the least you can also do is to ensure say who teachers now almost and I say staff now no more year jumano. Who $G on each child. And yes, I too, and then your normal preparatory school assembly can $1 move drew and kasa. What I say, year when to $6,000-7,000, you go pay. What I say, registration fee $3,000. Registration keke ubano yatro ni din oba ye. That is what you pay.
But is that 3,000, no? And I make a yen to me. You go to some of them on my website. And like some of them, just enquiries. And these are non-refundable.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
They found ways and means, I say, you soon knew it, you know, they are paying Obia into the and fleecing the system. And Kakrana, teacher for Kakrana, Amuya Ghana for Monso, at least let me say, me Juma or an expert school. Me so at least my Juma 5, 7, 10 years. Met me and Yaska, they are third dying 2-bedroom. Now met your mortgage and now BB. Now obey away, you know, you then what's the essence? You know, I think say I've drawn more so much during at their call. Mon take on some of these issues and don't stop in that school. Won't call all the others, you know, and get the facts on the ground. I'm sure that you can talk to teachers and other workers and you get information so that if there will be some reforms, now abuama omo ejuma or so I'm sure you see pressure no edoso, but say amount for at the okay, they can help others out of it. What did I mention? I said, "Enra me say kasapreku, oma
double
staff salary." Imagine say, just yesterday, or say day before yesterday, now omonti say bibi saaba. How would they be feeling? And then right after that news, you know, so omo feel say, you understand? There's some relief. Oh yeah, papa kra na oye juma wo ha. Wo are ne ba no kra wo tia. Was it gives you as out where that the pressure beba from and I say. It sometimes you know in situations like this you ho beto at the same time. But nipa kakra ho to mo nso a etimi affect other people. So no sang kakran na say e be say na say mia na wo so mia na ma mia na obi a mia. Masa na just say e be mia na ya dey course you know. Obi say me about
and some
your friends the parliamentarians. Yes. Me fu say omo be ye hanya bi keke and omo sorry ko. You know, this backing out and please untimi spell ya mentro. Me, I don't believe in things that I'm not convicted to follow. So dear, me name say me kun enkusia. I won't start. Me starting. And I thought said they should have known, say, no matter what, the president would intervene. They should have known that. And anka omu no sa omu no sa no so no 94.7 anka so omu fa ho adwin
plan
yes the president efre yen then aye beka are we standing by our and I say what are our defense mechanisms are ye dey put in place to ensure say yen so ba bia yigina no as I say president be hu ye stand no and I say ni aye decide say ye be ye no ye be ye. And just one meeting.
So after meeting almost more quadrin who am the feedback. And the feedback was okay, you know amount time kakra. After time I was then
and I kajoli omu.
Kajol say.
Ya kajoli omu. And we can't just incoherence in the kikaka. And the sister Sambi so bribe send so what is it?
I mean those are the
Pretty joy if a man will pay.
Oh yeah, I mean
saying tell me about it.
No, what happened is I think after the meeting Oman insider report and we put it out say as part of negotiation between the president and them there were some big business guys and almost a part of the team and not MPs nature.
Lobbyists.
Jubilee House, yes. And even some traditional leaders were there. You know, Omaine even called on them to step aside from this. You know, and I think I escalate as you see there are claims that businessman in question attempted bribing some of them but that's where we are.
You see, can we conveniently say BG Bianji?
For now, I don't think so.
Oh, how?
I don't think so. Indeed, what you think? No, better me.
Okay. Oh, you see, this is what makes politics
94.7.
Sometimes me graduate to Adusare. I hear me time. You understand? People cannot tell good money from bad money. They cannot allow principle to lead them for even a day or a second. Come on. Are you shameful? Those who took the money are you shameful and they
for
had
now,
to wait.
It's not been established.
Me see that is a MP no say who say Maska the MP and the Apia Kubi. And I your friend.
No, I think what he said, what I heard him saying, he said, also there were attempts, but they rejected.
They bisan so who envelope no, or say an.
Yeah, also there were.
And the envelope no na then you throw Presby fundraising. You were chana, you printy someone to call fundraising or Presby Church and now Methodist. Maybe sir.
So also there were attempts, but they rejected it. That's what he said.
And I may so make catch say attempt no or no now say or rejecting it there singular.
Yeah, he could speak for himself.
Yes.
At the time, yeah.
How about the 79?
Asempa FM 94.7.
79. Well, it is true story. And yet lie so. It is true.
I'm not challenging you. The fact is that I
not
haven't heard the story.
And
then you say Joy.
And I appeared this morning, after 6 a.m. news. Joy did a story on it.
And then the spokesperson said,
I say, who envelope no, just that or no one G. One person.
Really?
Yes. So what you say? Intino, Yeah. For me, the 79, they need to answer this question. And it's shameful if they took this money. Because they say, you break your move front.
How so?
Master, since then, what has happened? Letter from the majority leader.
Yes.
And now Omar chicken out.
No.
What is no?
In the majority leader's letter, what they said, the president asked for the completion of the IMF negotiations and the presentation of the budget and subsequent approval of same.
And then what?
After that, they will sit and talk about this issue.
Sit and talk. And yes, after that, I'm sacking the finance minister.
After that, they will talk about this issue.
Excuse my language, Jimmy. I said, Jimmy. Because I feel now, why yet budget? This was what you were going to hold. Excuse my French again. President's balls
FM
with
94.7.
What you say? Send the budget. Ever go through, and then the IMF negotiation on only lifeline as president. Edaso. What you say? Now, mu dey no, and you hold do no as your ransom in this matter. Now, what me? Adefe na wa jiatum say ne me kwa kotra ho after 3 weeks ye budget ni we ni wia na wa ba betra wa ba be ka den asem. What are you going to hold against the president?
But it's not about what they want to hold against the president. They say they don't hate the man in question, but they think from calls from a constituent so
so president
bringing government business to a
president can't now the constituents not pay the constituents all of a sudden now they love the finance minister because the president has said so. You see, master, me feel as I said, and the politicians attempt all the time. You discard kakra dangle se carrot. Ewo ye ni mo na ye libido nyina sorry. Times are hard there, but in my personal opinion, sometimes you need to stand with principle. If you think the man does not deserve to be in that space, and then we have said, I think I was one of the first people in this studio to call for Oforiata's resignation and now say sacking in this studio long ago, 5-6 months ago, because I noticed his incompetence long before now. And then look at where we find ourselves. For his going, it is imperative. It doesn't need any argument. It doesn't need any other plea. It is enough that he leaves and that he has to leave. Period. Now, you have confidence. Be embra your economy. Because you know it. You know how this speculation. President say, Sikam Pedidi. They don't know in Africa no foriata. They don't know in Oyi Kenuforiata and Kadede Nejai. And yet, no, they can't say Sikam Pedidi. President, and he now war in the first place. Usi Sikam Pedidi. Because you have so much.
Now, how they pay?
Na sika be na no say MPDD. Why sika?
General now be.
Why sika? Why sika?
Obi make it
sika no one dey obi. Who obi?
Na so ka sika pay.
And no sika no obi. And yes sika say do ni bottom no say MPDD. Other than that, why sika asem na oka? Who bottom sika? Who bottom sika? And I mean media. Because I don't have. Most Ghanaians don't have. The why sika and I say the bottom MPDD. Tell me.
Na say Bank of Ghana sika go ho. Commercial banks this sika go ho.
Sika go hin.
MPDD.
Sika guhi. Ankamu bre.
Oko bank, I will say I just say nyako so. MPDD. Unti.
O say.
Oko bank. Ura bank. Yama who receive call.
Enya
bank.
Because
enya nuntina mo okwa omo e kan scanner kasa obe ko no mo ball fema.
94.7.
Omo e kan scanner. I'm boy grandma Tonyum and Eddie Kikaka. What I said, the reason why I say, man, you call simple security.
Maybe I bet mama tip off.
Exactly. Obiabe Iska or Piabonte or you say. What I say, aha. It's President Sikano, you say Bishop Humpa, until no sad didn't your car yet, yes, but yeah, side, dear. There's nothing in our pockets. Until they deny, you know. We see the organization French,
l'argent n'aime pas le bruit.
Bruit, no, you say bruit. This is can't pay bruit. What is be a boy? And I said, I mean, that's on the lighter note, but hey, I think, sir, as a country, we have come to a crossroad. And me, President, no, I am mobile.
Oh,
yeah, I am mobile because he was so reckless in his first term.
How?
Oh, how, say? So reckless. I said, family beer or penny now you see be dear. So now buy na cocoa asas a farm kakra wo a brew wo nentwie nwan whatever and teacher says sika wo family you know eso but we fi say nipa na oteso ansa wo baaye no eye ni nhuma any diligence in dealing with nia ye jama no no ena ede nia wo beto ye no ebegu ho ma wa wo hwe so but ono no fa ne say eye ejapade abeto me inti me na mikuta the right to spend and not think of the future or whoever will succeed me. Inti decisions so take here in the last 4 years, first 4 years of the term, there was nothing that was forward looking.
Hey, how can you make
serious
such a generalized
and yeah generalized be forward looking now? We would have prevented a number of things that are happening today. Shocks ni bebre go through and then we could have placed in absorbers envisaging hard times of a sort. Tell me, absorbers which are what policy do you think MPP as a government put in place in the last 4 years? Envisage say under a certain shock, especially when COVID, we went through or we're going through the COVID period. Did they even think, say, beyond the COVID, there could be some other shock? Into COVID sikana ye rather than to disperse it like some confetti around for party apparatchiks and all manner of people indiscriminately. Yen fabi enye some capital in your maniame bia dachi se chocks be bar ye betimi di bi asia no kwan. Tell me which policy. Until me American, I know what I'm talking about. There is none. In NDC, during the NDC, your oil sika yenya, oil sika ne jaiba. Ejai.
Dabi.
The scale cost stabilization fund heritage nobody say no yentimi fa ensa ponka, but the others now
fund
ABFA which one has anybody even just say who even makes reference to sa sikano, and what has it done in the last 6 years we are aware of? But in that same period of 4 or so years, kakra na ye we were able to save some of it in both the stabilization and sinking fund, for which you came and met as time COVID you use part of it to cushion yourself. What is it that you yourself did for your second term? So should any South shock greet you. Absorb best bang and I would be see. That is the question I'm asking you. Tisamika saw you're reckless. That is the basis of which I'm saying that. He thought, sir, Sikanaba, Mina Meteso, I can use it anyhow, anyway.
94.7.
Yeah, if I plane, you took quite back by heart. Yeah, catch us. Look, sir, expenditure no, who here, especially when we had alternatives. And then here we are. Oh, quack of a plane, cry genuinely, crana usro. Who has forced you? All because you kasachra untie, you kabibi untie. Just say, oh, now you're tough. I do the tough. Or no, the other bush, busa. Can you say busa? Just say, mine. Here we are today. Oh, this amount for say on resigning. For me, like I said, I am a mobile. Say, President Kufuor, of all people, the lover boy.
I'm afraid the show boy.
No, by the time you were born in lover boy, the show boy, the Adudi, whatever. And you say, you're calling for the resignation. The man that everybody thought was the talisman for Ghana's progress. People are calling halfway through his second term. You're calling for the resignation. I think he should reflect on this thing. Now, hear me yam cry. A friend is saying Sunday. A friend is saying no,
the address to the nation.
Oh God. You see, yana isemi buha. Ye kika na koye say a pedestrian kakra because your boys, young ones, no social media. Amu de dia gra. Inti yemu bino ye ko so mune ye kan. Na I say yenso ye din kola gro. But it's not our fault. Say President Betransipa na ubia tro sa 12 line items or say a yene
12 measures now will be implemented to deal with the situation.
Some measures we na presidency machine. And I think this is a panacea to tackling our problem.
But why you don't think so? Have you read all the 12?
Oh, master.
You don't
now
think so?
Now have you read it?
I have. We've discussed it here since Monday.
And which one of them is a solution to you? Which one?
You don't see.
No, you tell me which one out of the 12 is a solution to this problem in the next 2 years. For the president to remain president.
In the next 2 years?
Yes.
No, but he made a point in the 12, say, in 6 months' time, importation of certain products now, mobile halt,
which is what? Which is what products?
Or mobile products? No, they've not. They've not mentioned. I was selected products.
You see, that is why I'm asking you what the solution is. Which product? Which product? Master, baby, I do know. We pay specifics. Me pesa obi ocha
94.7
studio way. Me mount na ha. Ubekwa abontia akoye adwuma. Because revenue na eba no. En so ye ni. Nti unso be join marketing for no. Now the way as programs director no. Also for your clients no how serious we are. Now see. Ne who say oh kwesichum ne management omani abri. That is what I'm talking about. The 12 line items. Maybe some question. Show me that one solution for the next 2 years. Now I say 6 months, we don't even know the product. And you think this is enough information to calm people down and not ask for your resignation?
We are told, sir, the specifics as you call for in all the 12 would be given by the sector ministers and their agencies, you see, on the exact actions they want to take.
You see, crisis times, they say it demands what?
Urgent, desperate times demand desperate action.
Yes, see, the more you push some of these issues to
subordinates.
No, it's like you are diluting the story.
Okay.
The seriousness with which people went and waited behind their TV sets on that Sunday evening to listen to the president. If you say Fukujo upon
94.7.
Ena Oma sa address na. You think people will a man for will throw their thumb into the air somehow? Do you understand? When you have this opportunity, especially when 3 days earlier, your opponent from another party took so many wins from your sale. Sometimes it's not wrong.
Okay,
maybe I come in just 30 seconds.
Yes.
It's not wrong. Say Ubiaka Bibi na Ubejiatum. Now also Juma. You did it during the COVID. Electricity. Now Odema no John Bekan Hwasem. Water, free water, John Bekan Hwasem. Free food, John Bekan Hwasem. Before it started. And yet you still implemented it. So there's nothing wrong. If you pick 3-4 items immediate, some of which we believe say you can do, especially cutting down on your the ministers numbers, any Flagstaff House numbers. Those are things you can do. It can start from there. Then it will give the people a certain sense. Also, why you ready so baby? These 12 items,
94.7.
nothing to drum home about.
Mamenase, Honorable Kojo Eduasare, Obi, good evening. Let me praise Kojo Eduasare on this topic about discrimination in some so-called elite schools. It's a matter that needs proper and thorough investigation, especially when the Ghanaians do the hardest part of the job in these schools. However, it is painful to note that in every cycle of our sociocultural dynamics in Ghana, anything foreign, whether schooling, coaching, business, or even political appointment, people who come from outside Ghana are given some preferential treatment ahead of their colleagues in Ghana. Just look at how we treat expatriate coaches and local coaches. How difficult the difficulty you go through the educational calendars compared to the foreign counterparts. Even rice, the local ones are more nutritious, but people think so-called perfume rice that has been in silos for 2-3 years are seen as better than the fresh rice from Asuchare. Obi, we just need a reorientation of our mindset that Ghanaian products, be it human resource or material resource, are equally good. Ghana can only develop when we believe in the Ghanaian. Banasco, Ampong, Ansa, and Oduwe Ababanasco, thank you. Yeah.
For the first time. Banasco praising Eduasare for the first time. Yay, it's so better. Charlie had to say.
Obi, good afternoon. Tell the Economic Fighters League if they don't have anything to do, they should rather fight JM in opposition to prevent him not to come back and mess our economy up again. Or say, not to come back, cancel free SHS, teachers and training allowances, cash and carry, and not to bring back Dumso, Wafa Konongo, Washington, D.C. Obi, there is one of these oil service companies incorporated in Ghana in partnership with GNPC. As part of the local content law, they were to give jobs to Ghanaian small-scale companies. There was a clause in the agreement in which any dispute is to be solved by the laws of France. I refuse to be involved in any job with them because we don't have to tolerate such in Ghana. How many small-scale Ghanaian companies can afford legal services in France? Edwin, Ewa Takrade. We say, Obi, I think Ghanaians can now differentiate between real economic address by Nado and JDM's address, which was purely a rebranding agenda. A whole platform was given to JDM to provide an alternative, and what he got to say was for us to eat gobe. Kojo edupako. Achim eswom. Obi, good evening. I just love the duo on Wednesdays, and the interaction has always been fruitful. Kudos to them. Richmond, our Standard Chartered Bank here in Accra. Obi, it's time BOG set up a currency board to regulate the cedi and other currencies if we are indeed serious about arresting the challenges we are going through. Another currency board? Well. Now, why no money?
Question, very good question.
Now who will be uncommon acting?
No.
So the first one more acting.
I mean, you can pick individuals' brains. So I mean, for instance, you are sitting here.
No, but they make kind of say the BOG as an institution.
They have their board.
Be of currency.
No, they might have an officer or reporting to the governor. That is the institutional structure. Yeah. But BOG Nangasa on the board is there.
Oh yeah, board of Bank of
Ghana is there.
Yeah.
But now what the person is calling, and I've also called that, the president can even put up a small committee to look at the crisis, whatever they call the crisis of
but chairman, they are what now picture no, and what the problems are in black market space, in the forex space, and they are there no. We certainly don't need a committee to understand.
Obi, one way the other, I can agree.
Because I don't know, upon we were through the conversation about President 12 measures, and the fact that I was say agencies, because President touched on the broad strokes. In the agencies, remember in minute details, and the point came says I want airport police station, airport police station in Nim, Gao Fuete or air black market, SSS Kamanko. There is a commander in the police station.
Obi.
This is an illegality right before you.
There be a illegal in a black market. Black market for no nipa no to what who's the business Canadiana. That is the point. It's the same forest bureaus in our honorable. And as says Canama boys some got on officer. It's in officer now on no Bank of Ghana. Our conversation here Ghana for no. Edian ABI, the bet me I can say it is long overdue to get them out.
Charlie, to me,
I say to get them out because all your officers to us own to me. Oh, fine, I can go to the same route with you. To me, Nasa to Honoma, get them out. So the leadership must look into it at a certain time. Get everybody out because they are not performing.
America, America. You do what in America, che? Betina diasie. But you know where they are. You. Black market Chicago, America, especially New York.
Well, maybe I talk about New York, but media.
New York, no, which part of New York?
Which is very difficult. America, Obi, now no catch real. One time I was looking for $1,000, £1,000.
Yeah.
Obi, it took them 3 days for the bank to arrange for that $1,000.
Black market.
Okay, now black market. Then they me who be black market. You are talking about New York.
Saying black market in say the boy is sitting there quiet home exercise.
You see.
No, society. That is my point.
No. Come on, fair. No.
Legit, man. 94.7.
There's an underworld.
Yeah.
In every part of this world.
Yeah.
I mean,
underworld for no. This is their deal. What am I saying? Ahana, ya ma pay abontin. Yeah, we've empowered them. These are things they should have been doing
in secret,
underground. But because of our lack of systems, now they have had that boldness to even come and chase us in the open.
Yeah.
That is the challenge. Do you understand? This year. That is what I'm trying to say.
Well, Nina interest. Can we go on? And I say,
sure.
Okay, yeah. So quick one, Obi. Nina interest. A lot of Ghanaians have shown in that particular trading. There be a say, Gao na certain be frewom. Black market and neighborhood. Come and grab beto. But the point is that at that time, maybe a civilization and all these Yanko Bank, Yanko Forest Bureau. Anyhow, it was me call Ivory Coast. Because you say, oh, me free or buy enche, me will see kakra. Now, ABR, because they are coming from the neighboring countries. Now, this has been there. But the thing that we are talking about it today is like, and they are broadening your horizon from 1957 till now. Can't we just arrest that situation? Now, your man Nipana shows so much interest in that particular business. And no any year how. Now, I had to say, there be a mechanic and catch I say, sa currency, don't fight it, don't fight cocaine. Obi, a nipa was sika wumu. Any sika good nipa and conform pass. It is up to the state to make sure, say, at the end of the day, ye can be biana a currency. Then nipa no ebe decide say omu show any interest in that particular enterprise. And this say abetra abeto to papa so sa be keka obi. Me na make a me say Bank of Ghana for what we interest to mana. Tonight, I can bet you in 1991. What time of Forest Bureau ne ABA wo Chrome hackers ne fire omudia. I don't know that the workers over there. Ne fire workers in Bank of Ghana na Forest Bureau ne omudia. What I say? If you touch them, say and ne omungu Forest Bureau wo ye the tuition on say for kokumu money ade ofi obakwa kokumu. Wo beto to papa so sa. So so it is time to take the drastic measures. Obi, yen show be anim. Na you making sure say citizens no ho betoyin. Obi, me say komo aye di okro mu aye say bi say ne, o say the nanado, o mu konko. E dey pa na asi. And some aye kan nyina obi e be kan say e dollar. Me say ma me oton kokko watiwa. O ka say me plain say. Now we don't say dollar ne kwa na ekosoro. What you say? Obi.
You have a share.
You be say funny.
I mean, control. Soldier for me, no be. And a girl be Tom Kruma. And Omukoy, Omukutamfia. And a girl no Tom Kruma, no go bizarre and say, Krumani is saying, also 20 CDs and above. So they're saying only 20 cities and above. We in Fiano. The Chuchana, 1 city 50%, 1 city 50%.
Charlie.
It's take dollar cost. Oh, dollar no cost. Dollar no, they can't say cry. On Tiasie. But Otis says, hey, dollar cost. Winim, Obe catch say, fry to a year ton wa hano. Yatum. It is all no Anthony Boyd. You see where the justification is coming from,
and it makes sense.
I mean, you may laugh, but all rationalizing no because Octon Kokoni Vienna Obako no more Obako Tangwa, and he might not get Akos into Nuna Juma or did you know? So Otana Yagina di and you boosted enough as ye toko ya ibe a Kantema near the amount 3 cities, no many idea was villages na or Yanisa no betrino. So what you say? Nina your perception and nama bonti. Etino media me gidi say and commona ye deny na near brain Ghana de Kenyamini di niu Obi the crisis going around the world. Me debia me kase nyami no nimu no si na nado hene. Emani be ye president because at the time of 2016 ni ye nyina ye to oh Ghana ye din nyami omeji yen no ye ya no de na nado be ye kendi for say na ye complaining. It is time for Ghanaians to change our attitude say. Obi, the crisis at 2 years, and in the Abba we are saying, Obi, the ocean, dear cry, catch them, give me one history in the world. Say, and ne crisis, Abba we are seeing, baby, some particular crisis has stayed in the system for 2 years, and I come in the grand call, Papa Biasao. At the same time, we said they are healthy in Nipa, we are saying, and now we hear statistics be. Oh, shit. The first time in history, say yeah, control say the world inflation rate ako 8.5. Obi, ye nyina ya sabi, nyame ye adom kakra. Ye the ekeka numbers nyina, working the biggest bank. Say yeah, control say the world inflation has hit 8.5. And again, I know the number 33 days so the nyame awadom. Because shock observers said, kwa you can shock observers. He was thinking about the oil. Oil they are in oil ya mo sensan ya ni ade nyina mo dia hene wo yes, kakra bi a obenya, o see em bank, I have no problem. But your most shock absorbers in your country for export. Yeah, Greek, what was your projection? Free to know you nim no ye de titimuna na ye na nanu de titin be seen. Obi, edu baby, emrantia ni nobody was showing interest in a Greek. It falls flat. In your era, it was worse. And a Greek and sorry prekope emma or chinanopa. Yanka say you do bibia na ye continuous. And in the era of John Mahama, a Greek was bad. In the era of Nanado, a Greek has improved. By continuation, yes, but to say Nanado Becon a Greek in the Becon anymore near to me I export to so that the shock absorbers now power system will be ube to me. What you say? If you look at the rate today between that 8%, if you do your own marginal differences or represent percentage, it's about 405% from even in old days. And your old days, recently in COVID. Becca says global inflation has grown by 2%. COVID here, 15 and answer pay. Obi and then 8.1. It is a Sabri say, and near money yatutu, and an American choice and or common yen. And now yes, soon, all my great demonstration or common no or common neobia, ya the dollar ya, and a dollar nakos, opa, placards on the back room. Mobi mekancho say accommodate. So mekancho so dollar na cost to the market. This is where our focus is, and that is where President Betina Hokan wants to. Because you saw by one country, okay? President underlining in Myanmar, number one, he talks about the oil. Said the price of the oil market now, and they say a depreciating currency. He will try as much as say he will put some pressure in the system. My family and the businessmen will survive. So be a mechanic say you could import oil bar, then one be my watchery. And no, number one. Number two, he talks about a certain importations not all cash and also a currency now. And nunti bia yebe can be me no kan FM. Maybe a sika wo pa yes, a sika na ejije no 1 cedi ni 2 cedi ni 3 cedi no. Unim sa. MT afo sika omuji wo krom ha na do so pa yes ankrofo no. O ma na to credit 2 cedi 3 cedi no. O mu ye be almost about more than half of the population. Me ne wa ye to 10 cedi ni free 20 ni kwadwom ni na so sa. Oti ase. Enti eniema ye die eni de de ba no. And also president and he or underlining a certain products are imports are the back room ha emma dollar no ehete. He talks about the poultry. He's talking about the vegetable oil, toothpick, pasta, fruit juice, bottled water, and even ceramics. And the construction you could be so. Could you be cancelled or no? We see them pay. Even to no crown ya can ceramic crano obi na enyefo enti if say o catch am say when to me underline she na some ya kan nyina o want and now you were talking about wa me kan hwe president wa mema at the budget okaso be the budget achena president okaso be the budget achena he's coming to give the confidence to the people say kasani de na e kono nya 17 me I can say sir presentation is long overdue. Kebianka we might be president Ebia the 6th one and a 7th one cry from the beginning of all this crisis because obi yenim side way nebesi because think about the COVID. So obi abetena fie for almost 1 year and 1 year juma. Oka shock absorbers sika be na buy ne be reserve to make sure say that family will survive till now. Na ye koye nimu no obi say and right my salary yes sitting if you the salary we ade cha we start adwuma salary na bi ma ohonchiro the likelihood was also reserve na and awadi but it takes a good managers to make sure say at the end of the day no be you betimi akura ye ho abedu ba bi aye ba bedu. He talks about the 1D1 factory obi so kwajo say one tier it's part of the engineering factors sebi nanado on to me nwe. Until I know catch and say if you look at all the indicators and near my or the other one, see so much from me. I have a hope so from 2023 obi and near my best but it might not be as speed as we are all want it. And then he projected say by 2028 dear the next 5 years, because of crisis I community, by your next 5 years, you see the benefit of those measures or they are two. Kwajo be kan say omo buy also oil ya disika koto na mo oil mo na mo start here. O man paniku for start so discover oil wo chrome ha. Oh now this can now first can to me oil ni etu na onya bi na disika betum. O buy ya na onipa na no buy ya onu nyame ye na dom so daye sa ha ye tu oil. Ye onu ni ade nyina buy ya start say ye omo be ye recognition and then later they find out say okay betumi etu. O buy na ye etu a now say okay and oil na ye etu ni afa kakra nto ho na dachi ye ho kire ya na we rocket science. Any idea? What does that Sikadie and somewhere? What do you say?
No, omu need option. They don't have the options on Beya no money. Okay. The proceeds from oil, it's managed by the Public Financial Management Act. And it tells our percentage of ABFA, which is the annual budget funding amount. Your percentage are Aircore Stabilization Fund, percentage Aircore Heritage Fund. These are creations of law. It will need discretions. That would be
stabilization fund.
No, sir. Ubeyi under strict circumstances. And you have to go back to Parliament. Okay. No, Omayi, I don't just want to sign replenish it.
Okay.
Now you have
now
unless you go back to Parliament under strict circumstances.
Obi, Sikani e de koto ho ye de mrata ya chiri. Kwan ya be fa so say ye be yi say yengi. Backed by the law. And I'm happy that you are articulate the point, the fact say.
Obi said the US Fed has just increased, and we say Asema Mayo. The US Fed has just increased interest rate this evening by 75 basis points. A further 0.75% in the last 1 hour to help contain the rising inflation in the US. I want to just say US Fed no increase to interest pa. It reverberates across the world though. Obi affect you Obi
na affect you say wo tia ne sika ne kura na wo so utumi fanya hwe kura na utredi. Dollar na ye ka ho asem. Ah?
Is o increase o interest the end.
Obi we dey tie ni ye. Me say
more depending on
apart from now who dollar you depend bi and the panda who dey tete me ye dede until the money come asem. What point is that okay say depending on dollar and the panda ebe ye nyina ye bomb pa say be within 2 weeks we say they are hold do we say last Saturday next say ye ko didi wo ho no and ye ntimi amie because
this weekend be
no ye bomb pa man no dey say ye boa no mani bi kura be boa no man bi but anya say bi a ote here can onim the facts of the matter the fact of the matter ne say ade na eba no it will affect everywhere na me no e na the minti yen yankasa yen citizens any yen nim any say the kwadwote a okay say since 1959 Obi budget bi e wo kroma yen ask for the facility to support the budget meboa
yes
meanwhile those facilities you always basis on your foreign earners 69% and that the Germany number 72. It is all the country me say America now increases their interest rate. Now guys I'm saying affect you are joking.
4.7.
You are joking because now the economics now what talk and except political expediency and be akwajo and
but we say the black market has seminar no can with New York no we say hi Obi please tell Swagger that the black market dealers seen in the open are small fishes in the ocean like New York. The big guys with the millions of dollars are deep underground.
I said it.
Same as in Ghana.
Haven't I
as well. Or say it's a West African syndicate. What makes America great is that they keep track of all the loose dollars circulating in the sub-region. Right. The frequency at which they bust fake dollars from entering America will amaze you, Obi.
Obi, it's a fantastic submission. My point is
Mike Bonsu.
Yeah, my point is that you see, I just see the number the Iraq Rome or so per dollar. You are dealing two different situations.
Sir, it's like USA.
So this black market sina wo honum. Black market sina o kan ho asem. It's whereby asabi obi akoton ni cocaine beer, sikani kura ni pee na hu ba bi o dey fa na how he can you see to regularize regularize that particular currency in the system. What it is that they are now tackling Obi. They are tackling what they call it currency yeah oh the one
speculators no
I just speculator so somehow say sometimes obi akoton akwa deals
money laundering
oh okay
money laundering. This is their challenge. It's the money laundering because the papa can onim obi okita the same dollar billions. A be free, a be your friends Colombia. Huge. Now America for best say they are going to fight drug barons in Colombia with billions of dollars because that is where the source is coming from. It say when we in system now ebe hate economy. Obi me say and near me indicate to her. Say Bank of Ghana for 200 more. Na ye catch us away na wo kwa brochiri. Obi wo kwa brochiri sika hia na abesesa. Sika hia na abesesa. And na cross there at the other developed countries, UK, America no nyina. And now the sika ko to account mu. Obi e bro $10,000. One here be close to account. Call everybody. Physical cash. You be close to accounts here because these are some of the pillars of the so that the money laundering no money say man obi entimi nyadwuma. All these things, finding the route to our system down here and getting here to hurt our economy. What I say, enuti ena me say you decide say ye ho adwuma to stop the system so be ye operate e wa hanom ye jai market no na ye say board any branch ye ton Bank of Ghana for betumi aye me de omna me otuma ni asi so because adwuma ko betumi asi bebre ano.
Na say governor no so man panyin na yi
obi ono na say na the office ade we starting
abon
ade no ye na ko do pick na open the best governor so far or the policies ni ade aba it's Addison. But the point is that ade no I say a free titi no obi ajemua obi and then we decide this say ubesia no. You know the consequences and the difficulty. Except the citizens decided to say, and then they go say, you call East Legon police station. Una can East Legon police station, and as airport police station.
Airport.
Say you're a good citizen, sir. And you believe say the akwane yeno e beba be heti economy. Yen we must participate. And your police for any soldier for no kwasem. A good citizen must be a good security officer. And then when you see something, say something. It is a more fighting. That's a more force. We better fight it to the bottom to save the economy. And also citizens here, dear Hujim. Near Jaya, who say, yeah, dear politics into Kwajonim. Every crom come. Every opposition, so was the Cabe Bregu them. Opposition was the Cabe Bre. Yeah, your mama in the Sika Dawson. Kwajo Dress are the Sika Dawson. Adam,
after 6 years.
After 6 years, I've had it. Because what you say, ABS take opposition. If they want to head the economy, it's one of the strategies. Say, okita dollars.
Release your good.
Yeah, no, oh, they do. I saw them so back on with you. A bunch of officials to them. Oh, it is a net. Sika mu do. Ekito opposition. Na obi. They want you to struggle. It's one of the easiest thing. Okoto dollar na wama ho achiro. Na price no cost ro. Udu gawe for no ho no ma. Come kasa na kwajo na ti pepe kakra. O kan ba akum yenu a obi buy also per dollar say bi ni ho. Ade 2 minutes or say e ko 14.5. Obi se meto ne sa na John Mahama ni nkrofo no ma beto no ma sanko hodo the next day na e ko 16.7
ma me na say
so do nyina ka ho
ma yemfa wonwie me
opposition caprese ni ho
na o said o hwan free
caprese ni ho
obi a oniska obi panda edini kura panda go and find the meaning of panda go and find the
Mr. 1.5 years.
Oh, I said another another economy now.
1.5 years. And now, because far will be dying. No, me go. Who baby am fear me dia be do baby am do free. Timia and me dia be do baby am do. Just that when you have a vision, you don't allow circumstances to kill it.
Yeah.
What I say, you push and you keep pushing, and I'm that type. Obi, kakra person meka, e de kan ya meka earlier no say. President and then impending for. They are tired. They are weary.
Asempa FM.
No.
94.7.
But maybe say President so pebibia on Canyon Famano. Tanka unko home sukakra. Because it's like no idea.
I said 2024 and I'm going to see here.
Now I dream as easier. Like how to just say you are not moving one step further. We are rather brilliant ideas. Brilliant ideas. Okay. They won't take it. You understand? They won't take it. I'm gonna find Juma. It's baby for the next 2 years. We'll even go backward. Baby amount of fuel. Diesel for that matter, 23 cedis per liter. Why is that? You're born here a MPP President Ekofo-Addo any. You know, I don't think they should be allowed any more space to run this country. There are people ready. Wow, Anka Pamon, Finance Minister Nimpo, and Obi, because I believe whoever will come, Obenya some institutions be to support them. Now, Omumbe Suso Niemamu Kakra. But here is the case: this man has sacked everybody, including the vice president, around him.
Which man?
Kenoforiata.
How do you know?
It's about the journalism. We are saying.
Me busa was how do you know?
Me say more journalism. We are saying.
Na say me menka una waka asem na me say how do you know? Me menka say.
Na unjindi, na me ka unjindi.
Me na me kind na obusa me.
Me say, na me ka unjindi. Ya bono, friend say buga. Oh, ni oba buga o. No na o ka say ya bo mi buga o. Lo, ya bo mi lo. Oh, ya bought me lo. Anya vice president. Ani birthday we hu. O say ya bought ni buga wa me.
Ayo kwejo de oh. Cheer.
So, ya bought ni buga, I bought ni lo. Intino, as at now, whatever is happening with this economy, he's not part of it. He has not been part of it for the best part of 2 years. Yeah, but especially this second term. So, you know, what would you call, this government's real policy? Friends, so Furiata, even Kwakoji, friends, say an IMF to run, program to run. So far, more journalists, more financial, for from saying business journalists, yeah, more. Tell me, my report be a chess. There's a blueprint. NPP government led by Kenoforiata, Ediakoto Finance IMF Fuenim. Omode Kwako Siki policy credibility to utilize for the next 2 years. Have you heard any such thing?
And I think Kojo hinted about the enhanced more enhanced local program we put it together for the IMF. I know if it's a document I wrote or more there, but he spoke about something like that.
And you don't know about it?
No, but we heard of the enhanced. We have to say the document is not public.
Why shouldn't it be public? Is it not a public document? Whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, shouldn't people know? What you say? You call Senchi, that document now they call it homegrown. You know, didn't we put it out for people to study and give advice? Why are they keeping it to their chest? This is kind of and then in Crawford trying to pay. And that's all if it's going to ditch us further, what is our input or what's going to be our input? And it's like, yes, they have a sense of entitlement. A minor, a penny. Okay, that is why Kenoforiata has held us with our hands tied behind us and a buffeting and with punches from all fronts. Obi is not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. Every day of the week, people call me from different parts of the region. I make sure Honorable, please, can you send me 10 CDs? 10 CDs. And it's on my phone. I'll show it to you. Honorable, can you send me 10 CDs? That's how bad it has gotten to. 10 CDs, let's send it 10 CDs. Then you're the quarter.
Now, go start this place.
10 CDs. Yeah, just say, Obi Srawa don't sell 10 CDs. But Obi sell 10 CDs, you should know the condition the person finds themselves. Wow. Please. It has gotten to that point where we cannot joke about it anymore. We cannot be funny about it anymore. This government has failed big time. And the biggest about it is their lack of candor to even accept, say, we played a certain role in getting us here. What to be that? From anybody. It is either John Mahama, economy, and the giant on her. Could you send a mobile and a Greek? What do you do here? And during your term, a Greek, and now, and a Diana boy saying, a Diana Buno, 1983, they come who will be sending me. If you say this year calendar, and then 1983 calendar, they say.
Did they say
what's it?
That time, 1983, it was Siganoberry.
My main come as 1983, there was money.
But there's no food.
There was no food. Today, people can't buy. So what's the use? What I said?
Okay.
What's the use? If you're in a man phone to me, talk. They are unable to bring it. Jama was untie and answer say. Untie they are fine. That's your business. But me, I hear it every day. I hear it every day. Every blessed day.
A minute to 7 p.m.
Inti Obi.
At the UEFA Champions League commentary.
Oh, yeah, na men fa no be boy in training.
A minute to 7.
Me say Matthias say but men fa UEFA we be boy in training. Any nyina na interested in football.
Ona wo ya
ba mo munye interested in so meti.
Mo time so an no say no mo ko en fa no nwura ya na ensore nko. Last week you better last week you better have 30 minutes to our time. Now we say you be car football.
CEO of Panda.
Your man proper dey. Me I want to manage you because Obi anya hwe. Wa fa ni pass 16.
Yeah, CEO.
Wa fa ni pass 16 CEO papa. Intinu catch say oba on Tony Danana na do aye bia ma no. For you to hire 16 people in this country. What are you talking about?